got a new show for y'all.
Man, America, that was a beautiful night last night.
And it turned into a beautiful day.
Yeah. It's going to turn into a beautiful 4 years.
Right? And so The View, they responded to the election, and these ladies are just idiots, and we're going to destroy them today. Check this video out.
So, how you feel? I'll start. Yeah, go ahead.
If you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry, not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that.
Okay, after the election, what civil rights do you not have anymore? What civil right did you lose in an election for the president? Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. What rights did I wish she would explain to us. Maybe we do.
Oh, I know what she's talking about. You can't walk in 9 months pregnant and say, "Yep, I changed my mind." Is that the right you're talking about? Just because Republicans are trying to put restrictions, they're not banning it, just putting restrictions.
Yeah.
But that's how you're losing civil rights. You, your daughter, can't walk into a clinic and say, "You know what? I'm doing like 3 hours, but I changed my mind."
Man, you actually say your daughter has less rights than you do? Man, it's just, that's the stupidity.
The only way you lose rights in this country is if Congress actually gets together and legislates some laws and pass them, and then the president signs off on it. Even if the president don't sign off on it, I think it's if it's like 66%, Congress can just pass stuff without the president's approval.
Right.
I forget how the percentage, but
Yeah, but that's, everything you said is
it's a lie.
hyperbole. It's gaslighting. You're gaslighting everybody.
Yeah, you're just a liar. Let's keep this going.
Again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
Well,
and so that box better be taken off. And I think
Trump can vote as a convicted felon is because the founding fathers always thought that there is a possibility if somebody's running for president, they're going to be persecuted
By the other side.
by the other side. That's the reason why. The reason why I can't vote if I'm a felon is because I'm not running for president. I'm not being persecuted. So Congress is going to put restrictions on who can vote and who can't vote.
Yeah, but even if you're a felon in a lot of states, you can get your voting rights back.
Right.
But that's why, as someone's running for president, that's why he can run.
Right.
Because, and another thing, that wasn't an insurrection.
Right. Insurrection is when you actually make an attempt to overturn the government. You have people in line.
You have soldiers.
Yeah, you have people.
You put people in handcuffs. People is getting unalived. It's called a coup. That did not happen.
Yeah, it's an actual plan to overturn the government. You already have people picked to replace people's positions. People are dead. It's like what happened at the Capitol is
It's a riot.
it's a riot. It's unruly protest, but to call that an insurrection is just being disingenuous.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you just lying. You've been lying this entire time, just lying. You're just a liar. Keep it going.
care system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans to prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the results but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Still lying.
Hey, you didn't have
Still lying.
You didn't have no problem with Obama. He was the deporter in chief.
Yeah, he deported way more people.
The most people. He deported the most illegals from this country than any other president in the history of this country.
Yeah.
And you had no problem with that.
Statistically speaking, they said there's over 300 vicious criminals in the United States that was brought here illegally under the Biden administration. You don't want these people removed from our society?
Internment camps. No, it's called ICE. It's called jail. It's not.
Yeah.
Hyperbole again. You're lying.
Yeah, that's amazingly, overwhelmingly amount of vicious criminals in our country because of what happened during the Biden administration. You don't want those 300,000 people removed? I mean, of course.
How many is it?
It's like around 300,000. Either rapist, murderer, or...
Really?
Yeah.
It's that many?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those people should be removed. They shouldn't be here to begin with.
You worried about Social Security?
You worried about illegal immigrants that are vicious criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, she's also worried about Social Security. Ain't no president trying to get rid of Social Security. That party, whoever does that, will never win another election ever.
If the Republicans did a federal ban on abortion, they're
not going to do that.
They're not going to do that because it would kill the Republican Party if they did that.
Yeah.
Any of those things that y'all was trying to scare people with.
Yeah, they're just putting restrictions. But now she's finna get real stupid.
I want to dig further into the demographics because black women tried to save this country again last night. 92% of black women voted for the vice president. You have Latinas in the 70 percentile voting for the vice president. What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually, voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right.
So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms? And why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this race.
All right, let me say something.
Exactly what she was saying.
Yeah, she wants to point out uneducated white women.
It's a dig at white women.
Right, but look at this is the thing. What's the most uneducated group of people in this country?
Don't say it.
Take a wild guess.
Don't say it. They're going to call you a racist.
Bring up that website. This is statistics right here.
Yeah,
you want to point out when they're uneducated white people, but you don't want to point out the uneducated black people that ran to the polls to vote for that horrible candidate that y'all had.
Not to mention, a lot of women ran to the polls just to vote for her because she's a woman.
But it's only a problem when it's white, uneducated women.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all had an ounce of integrity and y'all would just listen to what y'all saying, the reason why Kamala Harris lost in a landslide is because nobody believes you anymore. Yeah. I mean, your hypocrisy is through the roof. You're going to dig at demographic people just because they don't have a college education? I mean, that's just stupid. But then you don't want to point out the fact that blacks and Latinos just voting for Kamala doesn't have an education, doesn't have a college degree. But it's a bad thing.
Doesn't have a high school diploma.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Well, she's too busy trying to make a point instead of going after the truth.
Right.
They're not. These ladies are not objective.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Nobody takes y'all seriously. The only people take y'all serious is morons and idiots of society.
Look at the people that endorsed Kamala. Beyonce, Taylor Swift. It's so many celebrities. Cardi B.
Nobody cares what they think.
Obama came out and just pretty much ridiculed black men for not supporting her.
Yeah.
Right?
And they want to talk about misogyny, not men voting for her.
Exactly.
But they want to be racist, say bring racism and be racist.
And now they're trying to say Latinos are racist because they want to vote for her.
Yeah.
Now they're saying black men are misogynists because they don't want to vote for a woman. Yeah. There's plenty of female senators got voted in. There's plenty of women that got voted into Congress.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, what y'all saying doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's one contradiction after another. and y'all so oblivious and stupid. You don't even see it.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, y'all are so. I'm starting to think y'all got like one of them bowling ball brains. It's real smooth, a bunch of holes in it. Y'all don't have the normal brains with like grooves, and like patches and thick meat all over. Your brain is just as round and smooth and it's got holes in it.
Yeah,
because look at all y'all not even keeping a track. Y'all are not even listening. You repeatedly lying over and over and over, and you're not even catching yourself in your own lies.
Trump won the popular vote last night. First time a Republican's done that, I think, since early 2000.
Since Bush.
Nobody believes the media anymore. Y'all lost all credibility.
Yeah.
I mean, the Democrats' message is not policy. They just go after the least educated, the dumbest voters out there.
Yeah. And y'all still, man, fuck it.
Show's over.